Up next on the show, many Winnipeggers have a complicated relationship with Winnipeg Transit. It's cheaper than driving, more environmentally friendly too, but buses often are late and take a long time to get and it leads you to take a long time to get to where you're going. And we've heard about the safety issues on buses for years. Now, yesterday on the show, we heard from Jocelyn Douglas. She's visually impaired. She lives in Winnipeg, and she doesn't have a choice but to take the bus. And here's what she had to say.
The bus says it should take me 17 to 21 minutes to get from my apartment in West Broadway to the Safeway at River and Osborne. Says 21 minutes longest. I have never managed the trip to less than 35 minutes, ever.
Got it.
I can walk to Safeway with my cane, noting that not all the street corners are sounded, so I have to stop, and there's like extra things I have to do to stay safe. I can do it in 23 minutes. So I can walk consistently faster than I can catch a transit bus. That shouldn't be a thing.
So Jocelyn also told us that she finds it hard to get to places on time when she does take the bus. Adding to the transit challenges right now, there's a bus driver shortage and lack of routes going to the outskirts of our ever-expanding city. Janice Lukes is the city councillor for Waverley West and the chair of Winnipeg's Public Works Committee, and that oversees transit, and she's on the line this morning. Hello there, Janice.
Good morning. Good morning, Pat.
Thanks for joining us. When you hear stories like the one Jocelyn told, what goes through your mind when you hear that?
Yeah, it's very... I wanted to hear her yesterday. I think it was yesterday she was on, and I didn't catch her. But yeah, it's not good. It's not what we want to hear.
So why do you think transit is such an ongoing issue in this city? We've heard about this forever. Like I was wondering when I was preparing to speak with you this morning, is our transit in the 1970s, 80s, or 90s?
Well, I mean, it needs to have a good catch up, that's for sure, and that's what we're attempting to do. So one of the biggest problems we have right now, Pat, is we just have a driver shortage. We have a really severe driver shortage. We're short about 80 drivers.
That's a lot, yeah.
That's like 80 drivers. And then on the horizon, over the next 2 years, we've got up to 40% eligible for retirement. So that's one of the issues. Transit is addressing that. They've completely reworked how the process of hiring and training drivers. Instead of nine months, it's 9 weeks. It's completely renovated their recruitment process, but the demographics of recruiting and the market for transit drivers has really changed over the last 20 to 30 years. Very few people in the world or in society right now have a job for 20 or 30 years. People are more transient in that they can move to other cities for the same job. There's a lot of reasons.
So Janice, what can we do to attract drivers right now, do you think?
We're doing that. Okay, so here's a couple things. So what we're doing is we've got a transit safety team that's going to come on board. I believe they're starting in the new year. There are concerns about safety on transit. I completely agree. Mm-hmm. So what the mayor has done is hired an individual who's now recruiting a team, and they're in training right now, and they will be coming on board for some of the more higher problem routes. So that's one thing we're doing. The second thing we're doing is we're in the process of redesigning the routes, all the routes, so that they can deliver high-frequency service. We have that in the Southwest. That was the Blue Line, the Spine, and Feeder. And we're going to do the flip over to all these new routes on June 2025. So what that will mean is the routes will be higher frequency and offer more frequent times that the buses are coming. This is hoping we get drivers, okay?
Right.
So we need the drivers. That's one thing we're doing. We're also, I think by the end of the day today, the transit union will have finished voting on their new contract. We're making it more appealing to hire bus drivers with different benefits, more benefits, increased pay. So we're improving safety, improving pay and benefits.
So Janice, I'm going to jump in here because we just have a couple of minutes left here.
Yep,
but you're talking about things in the transit master plan that it came out again in 2021. So we're talking about 2025. Hopefully, some of the stuff will be implemented.
Yes.
What can we do short term right now to make it better? We heard from again, Jocelyn said she's waiting for a bus. 3 buses pass her. They're either full of passengers or they're out of service. But in the short term, what can we do? Do you think?
Well, we have to keep recruiting drivers. This is our biggest problem. We are sending tentacles into every community organization that we're aware of, and we have to recruit more drivers because that really is the number one problem. We're not operating at full capacity. We're not the only city in Canada that's experiencing it.
Right.
So it's a huge challenge, Pat. Like it is a huge challenge.
So in our last 20 seconds, how confident are you that a lot of these things will be implemented in the next few years and we'll have a transit system we can be proud of?
I'm really optimistic. A lot of good things are going to be happening, but until we get more drivers, you need someone to drive the bus, and that's our biggest challenge right now.
Well, Janice Lukes, I'm sorry our time is short, but thanks for joining us on the show this morning. Appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
Have a great Friday. That's Janice Lukes, the City Councillor for Waverley West. She is also the chair of Winnipeg's Public Works Committee, which oversees transit.
Thank you for watching the CBC Manitoba YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For the latest breaking news and top stories, download the CBC News app.